Welcome back to a brand new episode of Charm City Beat. Me and Ross are here to talk about amazing comeback, bounce back victory in New England, and also look ahead to the Bills. So the Ravens got their first regular season victory in New England. I did not realize that, but it's a fun little tidbit there.
Yeah. They're tough there for a while. I mean, we don't play them a lot there. I mean, it's different conference, different division,
Not to mention Tom Brady's virtually ran it for the last 2 decades.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, we've beaten them there. We know about that. We know about beating them there in the playoffs, so we know it is what it is. But again, first regular season victory in New England, coming back after that horrible loss in Miami, which that is a different story for a different day, ladies and gentlemen. But Lamar Jackson, 5 touchdowns on the day, 4 through the air, 1 on the ground. I mean, the Jackson 5, like I don't know what else this guy's can do to get better, but I feel like each week he does something amazing.
Yeah. I mean, he's making money. He's and you know what? As I've said in many other videos, Eric DeCosta is sitting there. Thank you. I will pay you. Keep doing this.
I'm hoping that's the attitude, because if not, you just see that balance going up and up and up week after week. And I mean, even in a loss against Miami, this kid still went off. I mean, let's take a look at his stats for a second. I mean, 18 for 29 through the air for 218 yards. That ain't bad. But then 107 rushing yards. Bro is a video game character. Like on rookie mode, arcade, like easy. I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm just simply impressed, and I'm loving it. I mean, it's a great time to be a fan, honestly. But again, it really isn't much to really talk about. I mean, we handled business, went into New England, got in, got out. Of course, you had JK on a pitch count. Not unexpected. Interested to see how that's going to look this week. I don't know.
I said he wasn't going to play at all, so proved me wrong.
Yeah, so to see him out there, hey, that's a win.
There were holes. He saw them. He knew he missed them. He's rusty. His first game in almost 2 years.
Not to mention his. Wait, did they say that this will be his first game in front of a home crowd?
This will be his first game in front of the game. Yes.
Because 2020, the rookie year, was lockdown city, but no, full crowd. So that'll be interesting. I'm interested to see how they play that. Another one that broke out to me, Devin Duvernay. Like, if anybody's taking advantage of Marquise Brown not being on the roster, having the ball at least thrown to him all the time, it's Devin Duvernay, man. I mean, he's killing it on the return game, killing it as the wide receiver too. As I say, wide receiver 2, because I have no idea where our wide receiver 1's been for a couple of weeks. Where's Bateman, man?
Yeah, not sure what happened this last week with Bateman. I mean, we had 2 catches.
2. And there was that one. Like, all right, so I got the kid on my fantasy team, I was, to me, it was a no-brainer. And, I was like, we're getting Bateman. I mean, Bateman's obviously going to be the number 1 target behind Mark Andrews. But Duvernay, I remember when Mike picked him in the fantasy league, picking Duvernay, I was like, I mean, that's probably an okay pick, but enough to pick him that early? Here we are. Duvernay's putting up points every week. Like I said, if anybody's really taking advantage of that crazy trade in the draft, it is indeed Devin Duvernay. I can't say enough about him. I'm excited to see where it goes. I mean, you can see him on sweeps. You can see him on the kickoff return. You can see him catching balls down the field. Amazing catches down the field in the end zone. I mean, just a complete package. And I mean, it just shows. I mean, to me, it shows the Ravens can finally develop a receiver.
This also means that Greg Roman finally found, as he likes to call, the vault. I don't know where it's been the past 2 years, but seeing him run the things like Debo has done in San Francisco, he can do that in the backfield.
Yeah.
I think you said it. He's starting to remind me of a little Julio Jones.
Yeah.
Jacoby Jones.
Yep. Little Jacoby, he's giving me Jacoby vibes. I texted you that during the game. I'm like, this kid is going to be great for us. I'm really happy to see that, the offseason workouts that he's been doing from are paying off, because they have a clear chemistry. They have really good chemistry. Not to mention, he's out there on the return team. I mean, he returned one to the house versus Miami. Had a pretty decent return game last week. Dude's on the field, and that's all that matters. But yeah, like I said, they got to find a way to get Bateman in the game. I think if they can get Bateman running on all cylinders, you have Duvernay and Mark Andrews out there, the passing game will literally be unstoppable.
Yeah.
And I mean, rightfully so. I mean, we're going against arguably one of the best defenses, though a little banged up right now. We got a couple of defensive backs injured on there. Micah Hyde, he's injured there. And we're going to see how that goes. But right now, as it stands, Lamar Jackson this is the third time he's an underdog at home.
I believe that is the case, yes.
Third time. Won both of the other ones, both games we were at. So, I mean, here, history repeats itself. Let's see what happens. And, I mean, to me, even looking at the schedule, I remember we were talking about this. How is that not a primetime game? How is this not a Sunday night football game?
Yeah, unfortunately, 1 o'clock needs some good games. And let's also not forget what the Ravens were coming off of. They were coming off, a subpar year.
Yeah.
No one could have told, if you told me Lamar Jackson could be doing this as of the first few games, I would have liked it. I wouldn't have saw it coming.
I mean,
back-to-back 100-yard games.
And there's really no signs of stopping. I mean, the offensive line has been hanging in there. I haven't had a reason to trash them completely, even though they've had a few injuries.
Hell, this last week we had Filet, first time ever play left tackle. Yeah, it looked sketchy. It looked sketchy to start off.
Yeah.
And speaking on to the left tackle, I don't know if other people would feel this way. I've heard at least one guy on the radio say it. If Stanley's a team player, he's playing. He's been ready from what I've heard the past 2 weeks. He's just saying, I want to be me ready. Well, guess what? They're playing a rookie right tackle at left tackle right now.
But here's the thing. The only thing I will say about it, if this was a beautiful Maryland October Sunday, the winds are blowing, nice subtle breeze, 60 degrees out, sure. But we have the remnants of Ian racing up the coast. Right now it's a tropical storm. I see no reason to put him out on that field. The man moves funny and he gets injured. We've seen this. So I don't trust that leg while it's going to be about 3 inches of mud out there. I just don't.
Mud. We don't play on grass. We have. I think we have one of the better turf fields. We're not.
You're all right.
We're not up in New York where that's torn 2 ACLs so far this year. We're not. It's not going to be like the Pittsburgh Miami game where the ball just sticks in the ground.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm wary of it, but at that point, it's like he has to play at some point.
Two practice of basically full participation, and fine. If you're not going to play, let Filet play that. Why is he not getting those reps?
Yeah.
He needs them more than you if you're not going to play.
Yeah, and you're a veteran. You know the game. He needs reps. He needs chemistry.
So if you know you're not going to play because of the weather, then be like, nah, I'll just give him the play. He needs these left tackle reps.
But I mean, that does, again, I mean, what are we, week 4 now? Week 5? Something like that. It does make me ask the question, week 8, probably about a few weeks away, where do we go with Ronnie Stanley if he doesn't play in the next 2 weeks? If he's not in the next 2 weeks.
I would question, why wasn't he on the IR? Why was he taking up a roster spot?
Yeah. Agreed.
If he doesn't play soon, he's Gus Edwards is about to come off the pup.
Yeah.
If Ronnie Stanley wasn't going to play until then, clearly the Ravens thought he was going to. From what I heard from Harbaugh, he's more got to the point where it's ask Stanley, ask Ronnie. Ask Ronnie when he's ready to play. It's up to Ronnie. He pretty much said it's up to Ronnie Stanley when Ronnie Stanley plays.
Which is so interesting to me. And I love Ronnie Stanley. This is a guy that wears my old number 79. Just a good left tackle, a solid guy, and it sucks. So I want him on the field. The line needs him. I can't imagine how much better the offensive line it would be with a healthy Ronnie Stanley. Again, I mean, we could see Lamar Jackson throwing for 400 yards and running for 100. This is what could potentially happen when you have those extra seconds back there. And with Falele starting that left tackle, I just don't know. But again, this is the NFL. You got to be versatile.
He's not getting the first team reps, so it's especially with the rain. Like I said, we figured it out against New England, but
yeah. I mean, again, I think we'll be okay. Again, the storm definitely worries me. The ball's going to be wet. That's the only thing. The ball's really going to be wet. Hopefully the receivers are there to catch. Hopefully we can develop a good ground game. Justice Hill had a couple of decent runs, couple of them. He showed some burst of, hope, which we're going to need him and JK to be on point. But, and again, the Bills defense, it's a little banged up right now, but again, the rain is an extra player for them. It could work against us. It could work for us. There's just no telling. On the other side of the ball, easily one of the best offenses in the NFL right now. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis is questionable right now. But if that passing game is in sync, it's going to be up to our secondary to really step up. It's going to be up to Jason Pierre-Paul. I'm excited to see him. Number 4. Okay.
Sure, why not, man?
A lot of people on Twitter were like,
we haven't had a jersey controversy in Baltimore since Adley Rushmore wore 35. Now we can ever wonder, why is Cook's number out there? We did it last year with Flacco.
And the thing about it is, like, Sam Cook, he's one of the best punters. He's been in Baltimore. He was in Baltimore very, very long time. One of the few players left from that Super Bowl squad. But at the end of the day, it's a punter. Yeah. We're not talking about guys stealing 52 or 20.
No, and my rule for the Ravens, if you're not in the rain around, your jersey's up for grabs.
Yep. 100%. 100%.
20, 75, 52.
Yep. Exactly.
They're definitely untouchable.
You can't, exactly. As simple as that. You just can't. But I don't think it was worth the heat. But of course, Twitter is gonna Twitter because that's what they do. They're gonna bitch. But I don't know. As long as he's going after the quarterback, getting pressure, he can wear whatever fucking number he wants.
It's like one thing that does give me a little bit of more hope. Juice Man and the Punch Man.
Yes, sir. Oh my God. Yes.
Juice Man already has an interception. Already has a fumble recovery by Kyle Hamilton, by the way.
Which is beautiful. Way to redeem yourself, kid. Way to redeem yourself. Welcome to the NFL. Your first turnover. Good job. Because we're going to need a lot of that this weekend.
Yeah, Humphrey had a pick. Peters then had his pick. Josh Bynes snuck in there. What was it? I think 4 turnovers in the fourth quarter, whatever it was. After giving up 4 touchdowns the previous fourth quarter.
That to me shows progress, and that to me gives me a lot of hope. Because again, it's things falling into place. Of course, the early part of the season, it's ugly. It doesn't define them. The injuries come. It's just
let's not forget. Most of those first couple games, we had rookie cornerback out there, 2 of them, and you saw this last week. They made a couple mistakes. Go off the field. Humphreys and Peters, I think, played the whole game.
Yeah.
Even Kyle Hamilton, after his few gaps, they were like, okay, pull back.
Yep.
Get you out there a little bit. See what you go. And look what happened.
There you go. And it's going to be interesting. To me, I mean, personally, I think, Marlon, Marcus, and, of course, Marcus Williams.
Yeah, Marcus Williams.
Yeah, you can't forget about him. I just
3 picks in the first 4 games of the Raven.
I think especially if they don't have Gabriel Davis out there, I think it does work in the Ravens' favor because again, our defense, the rain helps the defense more than the offense. It really does. And again, if this was a very, very nice October day in Maryland, this would be an absolute shootout. You're going to have 2 of the best quarterbacks just literally launching it all day long, but that's not the case. Ian is a factor here, and it's going to be really interesting. Again, it would be very, very interesting.
Let's not forget, they always tout Josh Allen for having a strong arm, and he played in Wyoming, and he plays in Buffalo.
Yeah.
What was the last one game we played up there? I think we played strong winds. He was still able to send the rock around.
Yeah. I mean, what are they saying? Right now it shows 10 to 20 mile per hour right now.
Yeah, I think the last time I looked at full hourly, I think at that game time was about 15 miles per hour.
Jeez.
And I don't know how it exactly swirls at M&T.
Yeah.
Not sure exactly what direction everything will be coming from. But luckily, we have one of the best kickers in the league.
That's true, because we know he can kick in high winds. Oh man, well, and that could be honestly the X factor. Honestly, I think having Justin Tucker in the back pocket is really gonna be X factor. Keep the ball on the ground. I think game plan should be keep the ball on the ground, control the clock, keep Josh Allen off the field.
Don't be surprised if we're on the fast of 50 we're going for on a 4th down. If we're close to the 50 we're going for with a rookie punter with these wins.
Yeah,
if it's short, we're going. Don't be surprised. Don't get look, we have a rookie punter.
It's a rookie punter. It's a tropical storm outside. There's no way they're not.
Honestly, that's the only thing that concerns me with the Tucker mechanics with this storm.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're practicing wet ball or whatever they have to do to get him ready to do this. Conscious spray him with a hose while he catches a snap. I don't care.
I mean, he's gonna be out there getting virtually sprayed. I mean,
he's a punter. He's gonna be standing. Yeah, he better hold that ball.
Yeah, it's gonna be an absolute mess.
Yeah, I'll let you know how it is.
Yeah, you keep me posted on that. Like I said, you better go. Oh man, but yeah, I mean, I again, can't say it enough. I think the rain's definitely going to be a factor. This game, it has the potential to be. It's probably going to be one of the best games. I mean, you have 2 of the marquee quarterbacks top at the end of MVP race. You also have Jalen Hurts with the undefeated Eagles, only undefeated team, the Eagles. That is surprising to me, but any given Sunday. But again, you get Josh Allen versus Lamar. You never know what's going to happen. The 2 of them have a very big mutual respect, and I love to see that. It's like they both know their shit.
Pretty sure they're the only 2 from that draft class still on their original team.
Yeah.
In fact, I believe 2 of them are on the same team.
Yeah. Like, what?
Baker Mayfield. They were both top picks, and they're now on the same team. Oh yeah.
I still can't believe that somehow happened. Like, your backup was only drafted a few picks after you. Like, what? The NFL is wild. Carolina is crazy, but I don't know. It's gonna be a great game. I'm excited for it. Game ball goes to Lamar Jackson, Avi. Let's talk about that for a second. 5 touchdowns, 4 through the air, 1 on the ground. Again, just putting video game numbers up week after week. I mean, at this rate, if we don't go deep into the playoffs, it would be a huge disappointment. I know it's a team sport. It's not on one person, but with Lamar's gameplay alone, they always say, get the ball in your best player. Lamar is easily the best player in the NFL. I'm going to say it. No one's playing on his level right now. Jalen Hurts, sure. Josh Allen, yeah. But
pretty sure he has more touchdowns than 12 NFL teams.
Yeah. He's
himself.
outscored other teams.
He's outscoring NFL teams, full teams, with his touchdowns.
Like, again, I don't know what the price tag's going to be. I have no idea what it's going to be. But whatever it is, give it to him. Because there's not going to be another player like him just laying around in a draft. Sure, you know, you go on Twitter, you have the asshole saying, oh, we got Huntley, blah, blah, blah. Huntley isn't Lamar. Huntley ain't Lamar. No one is Lamar Jackson. And
if Huntley was Lamar, we wouldn't have lost at the beginning of the season.
Exactly. And
Lamar had us in the playoffs last year before he gets hurt. He had us at the number 1 seed at one point with all the.
We had the number 1 seed. He was probably looking at a tight MVP race. Before he got injured, we were the top dog, and here we are. You know, say what you will about him, but he's worth every penny they are going to give him, or whoever gives him, because things are looking interesting around the league on some teams. Again, we may have to do another episode to talk about some of these other teams. There's a few of them I can name off the top of my head right now, but going back to the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, but also the other person that gets the game ball, Coach Harbaugh. Now, of course, I stole this from Steve Bisciotti, who gave him the game ball. His birthday was last week, turned 60.
Yep.
Big 6-0. And he got his 150th win. Like, they're going to build a statue to you one day, John. You get another Super Bowl, they'll build that man a statue. They will easily build him a statue. Oh, man. Anything else before we go, Ross?
No, I think I got everything. Yeah.
Yep. Well, that does it for today's episode. Just want to say our thoughts and prayers are with those in Florida along the coast now that are getting hit by Ian. You know, some tough images coming out of Florida, and you know, really just hope that, just hope for the best. Sending good vibes that way. Hopefully, anybody in the path of the storm. I have a lot of friends actually that are affected by this, and I just really hope that all works out. But that does it for our show. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a good night. Take care. And cut.